I'm very happy to be here this wonderful evening. Welcome, I am your host, Raymond Mutuku, and welcome to this stream. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Such a wonderful, wonderful morning. And if you're new to this place, feel free to subscribe and feel free to comment where you're watching me from. Remember, you can simply subscribe and tell me which part of the country you're watching me. Remember, you can be part of our streams every day. A very simple action. Subscribe and tell me where you're watching me from. If you're new, feel free to be part of our streams and we'll continue reading where we were reading. And remember, I told you that if your business is to eat a frog, you start doing that first thing in the morning, right? You eat the frog first thing in the morning, or the last thing. You start eating the frog early in the morning, all right? Any questions up to there, feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. It is 3:20 in time and I'm very happy to be here. Yesterday, we were reading from the Songs of Songs and we'll continue reading from there. Any questions up to there, feel free to subscribe, feel free to comment. I will be here for 1 hour only, so let's take advantage of that 1 hour. I don't have the luxury of time. Time is something that is very scarce, and so we have just 1 hour only. All right, so let's take advantage of that 1 hour to read the scripture. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Feel free to read the scripture with me. Remember that luxury is something that we don't have. So if you are reading the scripture with me, you'll please kindly understand that luxury time is a luxury that I don't have, and I will have to move with speed if we have to complete what we want to complete within the stipulated time, right? So here time is a factor that I will consider. So let us continue reading very fast. Any questions up to there, feel free to subscribe and comment, and after this you can also join us in our other channel, the Chariots of Fire, and feel free to be part of our streams every single day. Having introduced the day, let's continue. We're reading from Songs of Songs, and Songs of Songs is a book written by Solomon, and it was simply a letter. Let me call it a letter from one person to the other, expressing their love for each other. It's a short book, around 8 chapters, and quickly after that we'll start reading the book of Isaiah. So let's finish what we were doing first. All night long on my bed I looked for the one my heart loves. I looked for him, but I did not find him. We are in Songs of Songs chapter 3. I will get up now and go about the city, through its streets and squares. I will search for the one my heart loves. So I looked for him, but I did not find him. The watchmen me as they made their rounds in the city. Have you seen the one my heart loves? Scarcely had I passed them when I found the one my heart loves. I held him and would not let him go. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and comment. Support this channel by subscribing, all right? And if you have any questions, let me know through the chat box below. You can let me know, the questions that you have, and I will be more than happy to answer you. So let us continue. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by the gazelles and by the does of the field, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Who is this coming up from the wilderness? Aha, like a column of smoke, perfumed in myrrh and incense, made from all the spices of the merchant. Look, it's Solomon's carriage, escorted by 60 warriors, the noblest of Israel. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful hour, and I always tell people that time is money. Time is money, and in this channel, surely time is money. So will not be, forgive me, but will not be wasting a lot of time. I wish I wish I had all the time. We could talk of the funny stories that I did and the funny things that I did during the day, but unfortunately we don't have the time. Okay, so I don't know. We'll continue reading, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Remember that it is my business to make this reading to be as seamless as possible. Okay, I don't want it to be a boring, I don't want you to say that, oh, I went there and I saw Raymond reading the Bible and it was so boring until I now don't want to read the Bible. No. I want to do I want to do a good job. I don't want you to start saying, oh, I stopped reading the Bible because I saw Raymond doing a very bad job. No. I want us to read. I want to encourage you, my dear brothers and sisters, to read the scripture. I'm reading the scripture every day, so I'm encouraging you to continue reading the scripture. And I'm not giving you excuses. And let's continue. All of them wearing the sword, all experiencing battle, each with his sword at his side, prepared for the terrors of the night. King Solomon made for himself the carriage. He made it of wood from Lebanon. Remember, and this is just a quick fun fact. The house Solomon built, the temple of the Lord. It took 7 years to build it. But the funniest part is that he took 14 years to build his own house. 14 years. He took 14 years to build his own house. He imported wood from Lebanon until his house was known as the Forest of Lebanon. All right. So he contracted, a man called the King of Tyre, and he built all these fancy things, and it was amazing. All right. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. We'll continue reading and tell me where you're watching me from. Its post made of silver, its base of gold, its seat was upholstered with purple, its interior inlaid with love. Daughters of Jerusalem, come out and look, you daughters of Zion, look on King Solomon wearing a crown, the crown with which his mother crowned him on the day of his wedding, the day his heart rejoiced. Any questions up to there? Feel free to be part of our streams every single day. Tell me where you're watching me from. I always tell people that take advantage of this time and do something before maybe I always tell people, when you want to do something, do it while you're still energetic, while your body, you have no issues with your body. Never give yourself excuses. If you are still energetic, this is the time. All right, this is the time to do all those things that you wanted to do. This is the time. All right, don't wait. How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful. Your eyes beyond your veil are doves. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from the hills of Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep just shorn, coming up from the washing. Each has its twin. Not one of them is alone. Your lips are like a scarlet ribbon. Your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veil are like the halves of a pomegranate. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built with courses of stone. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. We'll be here for 1 hour. Then the next hour, we'll be moving to the next channel. My channel, I have 2 channels, and this one and another one called the Chariots of Fire. So if you're here, subscribe and tell me where you're watching me from. Yes, so I want us to be in the spirit, and I want us to be fully prepared, because also preparation is important. All right, yes, you must be prepared. One of the things somebody asked me, what is your secret? I said, you need to be prepared. All right, don't be caught off guard. Are we together? If you're new to this channel, feel free to join us. I'm very happy this wonderful night to be here. That browse among the lilies until the day breaks and the shadow flee. I will go to the mountain of Maya and to the hill of incense. Let me tell you a story before we start. I like giving stories. One person told me that the best way to add value to this channel is to give people funny stories. Let me tell you a story, and I hope that you will learn from it. Our hyena was very hungry. It had gone for days without eating. This hyena was very hungry, very, very hungry. This is a Christian story, don't worry. So this hyena, was very hungry, and it started, God, oh God, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die with a hunger. I'm very hungry. I don't want to die. So, by good luck, this hyena found a cow that was tied to a tree. All right, a cow that was tied to a tree. And so this hyena started asking, should I start eating the cow, or should I start eating the rope? The rope of a cow, it smells like a cow. So the hyena started, took that, was very hungry, and, grabbed the rope, releasing the cow. And the cow ran away. Ladies and gentlemen, greed is dangerous. Greed is dangerous. And if you love yourself, and I want to repeat, if you really love yourself, never, never, never show people what you want. All right? Don't be stupid. All right? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. No matter how pressed you are, or even if you feel like, as long as, even if you claim that you like somebody with passion, but don't show it. All right? Don't start showing it. All right? Don't show it. Don't show it. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Learn to hide uh, what you're feeling. Right? Whether it's good or bad, learn to hide what you're feeling. All right? Don't start exposing what you're feeling. What you're feeling, it's best if kept private. All right? Do I tell you how I feel? No, I don't tell anybody here how I feel. I just come here and read the scripture and go away. All right? Any questions up to there? Feel free to be part and parcel of this channel. Until the day breaks and shadows flee, I will go to the mountain of Maya, to the hill of incense. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Descend from the crest of Amana, from the top of Senir, the summit of Hammon, from the lion's den and the mountain hounds of leopards. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here. We'll be reading for 1 hour, and after this I'll be going to my other and read for another hour or maybe less. Today I don't feel like reading a lot. I don't know. Any questions up to there? You can ask me your questions very quickly as we move on. You have stolen my heart, my sister, my bride. You have stolen my heart. With one glance of your eyes, with one jewel of your necklace, how delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. How much more pleasing is your love than wine. Any questions up to there? Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy this wonderful night. We'll be reading the scripture for 1 hour, so take notes. We'll be reading for 1 hour, and after that we'll be moving again quickly. I wouldn't want to waste a lot of time. Any questions? You can ask me your questions while we're here. Any questions? Ask me your questions while we're here. Any questions while we're here? You can ask me your questions. Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm your host, Raymond Mutuku, and this is the Sultans of Swing. We'll be here for 1 hour, and then I will go next hour to the other stream. All right. Any questions? It is 25th of April, 2026. Remember that now we are burning. We are moving very quickly. You can be overwhelmed if you're not careful. Sometimes we move very quickly until people are overwhelmed. So you catch up with us. You don't. Okay. Don't let things pile. All right. Any questions up to that? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. All right. Okay. Let's continue. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Let's continue moving. How delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. How much more pleasing is your love than wine, and the fragrance of your perfume more than any spice. Your lips drop sweetness as the honeycomb, my bride. Milk and honey are under your tongue. The fragrance of your garments is like the fragrance of Lebanon. You're a garden locked up, my sister, my bride. You're a spring enclosed, a sealed fountain. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching me from. Did you subscribe to this channel? If you did subscribe to this channel, feel free to be part and parcel of our program, and I'm very happy And I want us to read very quickly. Remember that luxury, time is a luxury that we don't have. So if you're here, you buckle up, and we'll be moving very quickly, all right? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment, all right? You know, so sometimes, you know, I was in a project. We're doing a project, and, you know, during, you know, I always tell people that, you know, when you want to do something, and that is what I was talking about yesterday, when you want to do something, and if you have a project in mind, all right, you have to think about, you know, the challenges that you might face, and or think about the unseen, you know, the things that are unseen, all right, so that you can plan ahead, all right. Yeah, you plan ahead. You don't start something and then, you know, in the middle you start saying, oh, you know, oh, you know, oh. If you are planning, if you want to do something, you do your mathematics first, all right? You do your mathematics first, all right? You don't start saying, oh, you know. Let's continue. You are a garden locked up, my sister, my bride. You are a spring enclosed, a sealed fountain. Your plants are an orchard of pomegranates, with choice fruits, with henna and nard and saffron, camelus and cinnamon, with every kind of incense trees, with myrrh and aloes, and all the finest spices. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm your host, Raymond Mutuku, and this is the Sultans of Swing. I'm very happy this wonderful, you know, morning to be here. And remember, I always tell people the same thing every day. If your work is to eat a frog, do that first thing in the morning, all right? If your work is to eat 2 frogs, you start with the biggest frog, all right? You don't start eating a frog at the end of the day. You might vomit. Any questions up to there? You start doing that first thing in the morning, right? Not the last thing. You do that the first thing, because sometimes if you do that the last thing, you might be shocked. You might say that, you know, oh, you know, these people are very rude. Oh, they are very bad to me. Oh, they don't like me. No, you eat the frog first thing in the morning so that you can give yourself time to heal. Yes, you eat the frog first thing in the morning. And one of the reasons why you eat the frog first thing in the morning, you give yourself time to heal. Eh? You don't go at the end of the day and you say, I want to eat the frog the last thing before I sleep. Where? Hey, you will sleep with, you will be bullied. You will be very bullied. You'll be bullied. You'll be very bullied. Well, let me drink some water. Wonderful. Yes. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. You know, sometimes I usually amuse myself. For example, if you're going for a meeting and it's just a part of eating a frog. You go when somebody is in a good mood. Sometimes you can go only to find somebody in a very foul mood, and and they will release. Let's continue. You are a garden fountain, a well of flowing water streaming down from Lebanon. Awake north wind and come south wind, blow on my garden, that its fragrance may spread everywhere. Let my beloved come into his garden and taste its choice fruits. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where are you watching me from. I'll be very happy to be here. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, be part of our streams and tell me where you're watching me from. No. Any questions up to there? Any questions? Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Any questions? Any questions? I've come into my garden, my sister, my bride. I've gathered my mire. With my spice, I've eaten my honeycomb and my honey. I've drunk my wine and my milk. Eat, friends, and drink. Drink your fill of love. I slept, but my heart was awake. Listen, my beloved is knocking. Open to me, my sister, my darling. My dove, my flawless one. My head is drenched with dew, my hair with the darkness of the night. I've taken off my robe, must I put it on again? I've washed my feet, must I soil them again? My beloved thrust his hand through the lash opening. My heart began to pound for him. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. And I'm very happy to be here. I was just, having, sometimes, and I was very, sometimes you can mistake somebody. Sometimes there are people who they're only your friends when you're doing the right thing, or when you are aligned to what they want. They're only your friends, but there are two-faced Janus. Two-faced. Two-faced. All right. Any questions up to that? Any questions up to there? If you're new, subscribe and comment. Is a two-faced Janus. You know the meaning of Janus? Is a two-faced Janus. And I don't want you to see the other side. Any questions up to there? I rose to open for my beloved, and my hands dripped with mire, my fingers with flowing mire. On the handles of the bowls, I opened for my beloved, but my beloved had left. He was gone. My heart sank at his departure. I looked for him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he did not answer. The watchmen found me as they made their rounds in the city. They beat me, they bruised me. They took away my clock, those watchmen of the walls, daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you. If you find my beloved, what will you tell him? Tell him I'm faint with love. How is your beloved better than others? Most beautiful of women. How is your beloved better than others that you so charge us? My beloved is radiant and ready, outstanding among 10,000. His head is purest gold. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy this wonderful morning. I'm just here for 1 hour, and I was just I was just laughing because his eyes are like doves by the water streams washed in milk, mounted like jewels. His cheeks are like the beds of spice yielding perfume. His lips are like lilies dripping in mire. His arms are rods of gold set with topaz. His body is like polished ivory decorated with lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli, for the first time, we are encountering lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is is a what? Is a blue stone. You know, for those who don't know, that there are different shades of blue. All right, there are many shades of blue. This is blue, but this is light blue. All right, my jeans here. You see this jeans? My jeans is uh, is blue, but that's a different shade of blue. But now there's a particular blue that is called lapis lazuli. All right, lapis lazuli, and lapis lazuli is a particular stone found in Afghanistan. You know, it's a very very rare stone. You know, you cannot find it anywhere. It's very rare. All right. If you're new to this channel, I'm very happy to be here. Let us continue reading, and I hope that we'll finish reading within this 1 hour. Um, Songs of Songs. I want us to finish it within this 1 hour, so that any questions up to there? His legs are pillars of marble set on bases of pure gold. His appearance is like Lebanon choice as its cedars. His mouth is sweetness itself. He's altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend, the daughters of Jerusalem. Any questions up to there? Any question? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful evening. And remember, I always say that if your business is you love gathering knowledge, well, this is the place to be. Any questions up to there? Where has your beloved gone, most beautiful of women? Which way did your beloved turn? That we may look for him with you. My beloved has gone down to his garden, to the beds of spices, to browse in the gardens and to gather lilies. Any questions up to there? We're just about to finish the book of Songs of Songs. And immediately after that, we'll start reading, the book of Isaiah. Isaiah is such a wonderful book, and I would be very happy to read it with you. Any questions after that? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. He browses among the lilies. You're as beautiful as Tirzah, my darling, as lovely as Jerusalem, as majestic as troops with banners. Turn your eyes from me, they overwhelm me. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep coming from just the washing. Any questions after that? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. We'll just be here for 1 hour, and I hope that within that 1 hour we'll finish. We'll finish. We'll finish reading the scripture. Don't be in a hurry, right? We'll be reading, and I know that in that process we will learn something. All right? Any questions? Each has its twin, not one of them is missing. Your temples behind your veil are like the halves of a pomegranate. 60 queens there may be, and 80 virgins, and 80 concubines and virgins beyond number. But my dove, my perfect one, is unique, the only daughter of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. The young women saw her and called her blessed, and concubines praised her. Any questions up to there? Very happy to be here this wonderful morning. And tell me, where are you watching me from? Very happy to be here. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and tell me where you're watching me from. All right. And I know here we will be going around the clock because it's a race against time. So if you're here, know that we are racing against time. So don't worry, we'll be pushing you to the limit. And I hope you will accept, you will accept, because sometimes I always tell people that if you have a project, be ready to push yourself, be ready to be pushed if you like being pushed. But for me, I prefer pushing myself. All right. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful morning. Any questions up to there? Let us continue reading. Who is this that appears like the dawn, fair as the moon, bright as the sun, majestic as the stars in procession? I went down to the grove of nut trees to look at the new growth in the valley, to see if the vines had budded or the pomegranates were in bloom. Before I realized it, my desire set me among the royal chariots of my people. Come back, O Shulamite. Come back, that they may gaze at you. Any questions up to there? We're just about to finish reading the book of the Songs of Songs. There are 8 chapters. We're just about to finish. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, comment, and tell me, do you enjoy our channel? If you do enjoy our channel, feel free to be part of our program. I know we are really moving very quickly, but don't worry. Why would you gaze on the Shulamite as on the dance of Mahanaim? How beautiful your sandal feet, O prince daughter. Your graceful legs are like jewels, the work of an artistic hands. Your navel is a rounded goblet that never lacks blended wine. Your waist is a mound of wheat encircled by lilies. Your breasts are like two fawns, like twin fawns of a gazelle. Your neck is like an ivory tower. Your eyes are like the pools of Heshbon. By the gates of Bath Rabim, Your nose is like the Tower of Lebanon, looking towards Damascus. Your head crowns you like Mount Carmel. Any questions up to there? I'm very happy this morning to be here. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I'm very happy to be here this morning. It is exactly 4 a.m. Kenyan time, and I'm very happy to welcome you to this stream. We'll be here for the next 20 minutes, and after that, we'll head directly to our other channel. We're building both channels at the same time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving very, very quickly. So, I want you to know that building something, if you love buildings, or if you love being part of a project, it is a very, very you know, it's a very interesting place to be. All right, it's a very interesting place because you're pushed to the limit. All right, but you see, I always tell people, don't go somewhere when things are rosy. Don't go. Always go when things are, it's very interesting when you meet somebody and he tells you, when I came here, it was just a bush, you know, there were no there were no development. I was the one who brought in this, I brought in this, I brought in this, I brought in this. But you see, when you go somewhere, and this is just a small piece of advice, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are in Kenya or in any other country, if you go somewhere and you were not at the beginning, you're just you arrived late, ladies and gentlemen, uh, you can't be ignored. All right, and that is something it's always good to go somewhere at the onset, when it's beginning. Don't go when it's already too late, because you can go there when it's already too late. And somebody, there are people who, once they finish a project, they become obnoxious. All right, and you'll start saying, they're terrible. So it's always good to go there and do it with them, so that when it comes to eating, you're invited to the table. How beautiful you are, and how pleasing, my love, with your delights. Your stature is like that of a palm, and your breasts like clusters of fruit. And I said, I will climb the palm tree, and I will take hold of its fruit. May your breasts be like clusters of grapes on the vine, the fragrance of your breath like apples, and your mouth like the best wine. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. May the wine go straight to my beloved, flowing gently over lips and teeth. I belong to my beloved, and his desires for me. Come, my beloved, let us go to the countryside. Let us spend the night in the villages. Let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded, if their blossoms have opened, and if their pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes send out their fragrance, and at our door is every delicacy, both new and old, that I have stored up for you, my beloved. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment, and tell me where you're watching me from. If only you were to me like a brother, you were nursed at my mother's breasts, then if I found you outside, I would kiss you and no one would despise me. I would lead you and bring you to my mother's house. She who has taught me, I would give you spiced wine to drink, and the nectar of my pomegranates. His left arm is under my head, and his right arm embraces me. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Who is coming up from the wilderness, leaning on her beloved? Under the apple tree I aroused you. There your mother conceived you. There she was in labor, gave you birth. Place me like a seal over your heart, like a seal on your arm. For love is as strong as death, its jealousy unyielding as the grave. It burns fire like a mighty flame. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Many waters cannot quench love, rivers cannot sweep it away. If one were to give all the wealth of one's house for love, it would be utterly scorned. We have a little sister and her breasts are not yet grown. What should we do for her on the day she is spoken for? If she is a wall, we will build towers of silver on her. If she is a door, we will enclose her with panels of cedar. I am a wall, and my breasts are like towers. Thus I have become in his eyes like the one bringing contentment. Solomon had a vineyard in Baal-Hamon. He let out his vineyard to tenants. Each had to bring for its fruit 1,000 shekels of silver. But my own vineyard is mine to give. 1,000 shekels are for you, Solomon, and 200 are for those who tend its fruit. You who dwell in the gardens with friends in attendance, let me hear your voice. Come away, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or like a young stag on the prince-laded mountains, spice-laded mountains. Whoa. Any questions up to there? We've just finished reading the book of Songs of Songs. Very happy to be here. Any questions? You can ask me your questions as we finish our hour. You can ask me your questions as we finish our 1 hour. Any question? Any questions? Any questions? You can ask me your questions as we finish. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? Any questions up there? All right. If you have no questions, arrivederci.